The investigation is now part of a pile of investigations, and my captain sent me here just to dot some I's and cross some T's. That's why I'm here.
Oh, so
A damn computer glitch. Or somebody pushed delete instead of save. Whatever happened, we lost the nanny's deposition. So my entire contribution to the investigation is to take it again. Good evening. Colonel Armstrong?
Yes. You're the detective they phoned about.
yes.
Joanna Locke.
I don't remember you.
I'm newly assigned to the case.
It's about time more detectives were involved. My wife, Sonia.
You're rich. You could hire
she
private
hasn't been herself.
investigators.
Every day is a waking nightmare for us. Tell me you've uncovered something new.
I'm here to speak to your daughter's nanny. There was a computer problem. Her earlier statement has been Mrs. Armstrong? Let me show you this.
Daisy, my little Daisy. I miss her so much. How good it is to see her face.
There's pictures
I can't imagine the
downstairs.
pain you're feeling right now.
She loved her little stuffed animal, Fluffy. She took him everywhere with her. The kidnappers took it as well. They didn't have to. That means they wouldn't hurt her, doesn't it?
Every
No.
lead will be followed up. Suzanne, I think you really care for Daisy. If you do, then tell me
her mother's
the
in a
truth.
coma.
You can't have been calling your mother while she's in a coma.
My mom really is in a hospital in Boston. She really is in a coma. I wasn't calling her. I was on
Exactly.
the phone with my boyfriend, Noah.
Why lie about it? Why are you panicking?
Because he's gone. I haven't heard from him since the night of the kidnapping. I'm afraid he's somehow connected to Daisy's disappearance. That he was just using me somehow.
That's
But
information we
I
needed.
swear I talked to him.
All right. March 29th, 2019, 10 p.m. Did you call for backup? Ah, there it is.
Ugh, an old hunting trophy starting to mold.
Yeah.
It's Daisy's plush toy. If Fluffy is here, the kidnapper has been here. I have to get inside this cabin.
Really not feeling good about this.
Damn,
Oh,
it's booby
fuck.
trapped. If I move, it could go off, and that countdown tells me it wants to go off anyway. I smell a strong, sweet smell. Damn.
No.
I think these are filled to the brim with diethyl ether. Incredibly flammable. It looks
Okay.
like the kidnappers wanted to utterly destroy this place and whoever opened this hatch. A wooden crate? I have to open it.
Please don't show us. I don't want to have to censor this.
Oh no. Daisy.
Yeah, so I was right about that, and I don't want to be right about it.
I called in my discovery of the body. Then there was nothing I could do except protect the site for forensics.
Okay. Orient Express, December 17, 2023, 11:12 a.m.
Ratchet on train saw me? How? Daisy.
Sorry, Daisy's dead. That was a major revelation from the last
She
episode.
was awake?
Yes.
And then she collapsed again.
I take the responsibility. She was weaker than I realized.
Oh.
Lie still while I examine you. Pupils dilated.
Most likely she was
I'm
drugged.
all right.
But Poirot probably already noticed that from the residue in the cup. That was 2
You are
episodes ago.
far from all right. You have been heavily sedated. Your pulse is very weak.
I have to finish my story. Ratchet can't escape again. Can't escape.
Have no fear of that, mademoiselle. Ratchet will not escape.
We must hear her story.
This woman needs rest. I will let you know when she is recovered enough to continue. But I warn you, it will be some time.
I understand, Doctor. Thank you.
I have completed my preliminary examination of the deceased. I think that it will interest you.
Indeed,
How
it
so?
will. And I have other witnesses to interrogate.
Yes, we do.
You are right. Let's not put this poor woman in danger. There will be plenty of time for her to finish her story when she has recovered.
Okay.
By all means, Tell me the results of your examination.
Alright, she is American. She is a police detective. She is 32.
I'm
Got that
again.
right.
That happens to me a lot.
It does, Poirot. Good for you. Alright, I have my goggles on and I'm ready to play. My name is Sloth154 and welcome back to Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. Or is it Murder on the Orient Express? I can never remember titles too well. So, right now we're playing as Detective Poirot, looking into the murder of Mr. Ratchet, who was stabbed multiple times on this train. We're snowed in, so we're the best that the train has to solve the murder. I think if you read the books, you know how this goes. Don't spoil it for other people. But last episode, they played as that lady in a flashback, and we learned that she was a detective investigating a missing kidnapping. A young lady named Daisy. She found Daisy's body. Daisy did not make it. Her parents were heartbroken. A lot of other things, and I got mad. 025 got mad at one person in particular. Her name is Susan. Stupid girl. So, before we get into this, if you end up liking this video, comment, like, and subscribe. It does help the channel. Check out the description. I'll have a link to the playlist for this series and other games I played on my channel. Tell me in the comment section what you think about the game, and how's your mustache game? Because these two, they have amazing beards and mustaches. Alright, so, time of death.
Can you estimate the time of death?
Rigor mortis was advanced, but not complete. I estimate the death occurred between midnight and 2 in the morning.
That tallies with the witness statements I've collected so far.
It does not. Cause of
What
death?
is the cause?
The stabs?
Multiple stab wounds to the upper torso. It's odd there are no signs of a struggle. That might indicate one of the first wounds was enough to kill him.
Or
It seems that Monsieur Ratchet had taken sleeping pills during the night.
Ah, that would explain the lack of defensive wounds.
and yet his watch is broken.
Mr. McQueen and Mr. Masterman told me that Monsieur Ratchet didn't smoke. Can you confirm this?
I can't say without a more extensive post-mortem.
Yeah, we gotta cut him open. And the stab wounds?
What can you tell me about the stab wounds?
I counted 12 in all. 1 or 2 are so slight as to be practically scratches. On the other hand, at least 3 would be capable of causing death. The angle of the wounds is instructive. Most appear to have been struck by a right-handed person. But you see, this one, under the right armpit, it's not a deadly blow given the depth, but a right-hander couldn't have done it. It was most certainly struck with the left hand.
So, our murderer is left-handed. No, it is more difficult than that, is it not?
As you say, Mr. Poirot, some of these other blows are just as obviously right-handed.
Okay. Multiple killers.
Do we have a first and second murderer, as the great Shakespeare would put it? The first murderer stabs his victim and exits left, turning off the light. Then a second murderer comes in the dark, does not see his or her work has been done, and stabs a dead body.
Magnificent.
You think so? I'm glad. It sounds to me a little like nonsense.
Sometimes nonsense works. Let's leave the conversation.
Thank you, Doctor. Excellent work under difficult circumstances.
I can't remember if the
Please
doctor's in on
let
it.
me know when I may speak again with Mademoiselle Locke.
Of course.
Alright. What's the best way to find out who's a vape smoker? Ask the passengers if they'd like to taste. Offer the passengers a cigarette.
Even a smoker
Oh.
might innocently turn me down.
Ask it-
Those I've questioned could
Just
be-
ask if they smoke. Fine.
Yeah,
fine.
It's certainly a good place to start.
Make it that fucking simple. What's the best way to find out who is a vape smoker? Recall conversations about vapes or cigarettes.
I don't remember any book doesn't smoke.
Remember people I've seen smoking? I don't remember seeing people
I
smoking.
have personally seen some passengers smoking. I just have to remember who they were.
Oh God. What's the best way to find out who is a vape smoker? Ask someone who smokes a lot if they know vape smokers. Search the suitcase of all the... Search the
No,
suitcase?
I
Fine,
have no-
ask.
Yes, I suppose it's likely they will give me the list of who smokes what. My little gray cells did not let me down.
Mine did. You get multiple chances, Poirot. Turning on the Orient Express, okay. So let's go. All right, we got something to figure out. All right, so. All right, these two.
Think, Poirot, that is not a good answer.
What are the links between locks? Oh. All right. Photo of Daisy. There we go. I got it that time.
That's the right answer.
I had a thought I was gonna say, but I forgot it already. That's the way to the engine. I had to talk to 6 of the passengers, so this episode might be a bit longer. We have a lot of people to talk to.
Captain Arbuthnot, I beg your pardon, but could you answer a few questions for me?
I'm grateful you found my ticket, Poirot, but now is not convenient.
I certainly didn't expect such a resistance.
Huh. I still think Captain Arbuthnot is hooking up with someone. On this very train. This is my room, right? Yes. Okay. Oh, I was thinking about the doctor. So I don't know the doctor's involved because I haven't been able to watch the movie. I'm holding off till
passengers pass by the bar during the day. They eat, drink, write. Maybe I can use this information for my investigation.
What's the best way to know if someone's right-handed or left-handed? Ask Mr. Fortress to observe the hand of the passenger. Ask the passenger directly if they're right and left-handed.
I do not think that's the
Fine.
No. Nice. Yes, it could work.
I feel stupid this
He
episode.
appears to be an observant young man and serves the passengers regularly.
What's the best way to know someone is right-handed or left-handed? Ask everyone to hold something with ass. Ask everyone to write something. Ask everyone to write something.
Yes, if I ask them to write something trivial, they may do it instinctively with their dominant hand.
I'm ambidextrous, so I could just switch. What's the best way to know if someone's right-handed or left-handed? Remember conversations with... Okay, I'm patching up. Find it.
Good job.
For people I've tested before, remember they use the right or left. That one's kind of redundant.
Their right or left hand.
I'm not going to remember this.
That's the right
Wait,
answer.
I have all the names written down in my notebook. Okay. I could do that. All right. First things first, we're going to talk to the young man who does the bar.
Monsieur Fauché, may
Mr.
I
Fauché.
disturb you for a moment?
Of course. How can I help?
It is, of course, about the murder of Monsieur Ratchet. Can you tell me your movements last night?
I understand. Yesterday evening, I took a break at Vinkovsky station with Hotaru. We then went to our quarters in the staff accommodations, a section of the luggage car, Freya was there reading, and I went to bed right after. Freya is there now, I think, and Hotaru is in the kitchen.
Okay.
They can verify my story.
What time was this?
11:30 p.m. or a bit after. The snow is beginning to fall heavily.
I see. Thank you.
Could you write your address?
Can you write your address on this paper, please?
You want to pay me a visit?
Who knows, Monsieur Fauché?
Ho ho! Right-handed.
He is right-handed, there can be no doubt.
Are you a smoker?
Are you a smoker?
I'm trying to quit, but yes. I'm now down to just 1 pack of cigarettes a week. If you're looking for a heavy smoker, you should talk to Hotaru.
Okay.
Thank you, Monsieur Fauché. I'll come back to you if I have more questions.
We're gonna talk to all the train staff first. Haha, my instincts are right.
Golden mustache.
Oh, this book. You okay, Mr. Hotaru?
Ah, Monsieur Mori. Would you have a few minutes to give me? I have some questions to ask you.
Do I look like I can answer questions? The room is spinning. My head is about to explode.
You were celebrating last night?
Celebrating? When Freya always wins? What am I saying? If you want my answers to your questions to make sense, help me recover. You see there, the magnet on the fridge.
Yeah.
That is my special recipe. I call it my day after survival tonic. If you could make me my special tonic, I might survive long enough to answer your questions. Jean knows the recipe very well. He can help you with the preparation.
Very well, Monsieur Mori. If I must, I must. I will make you your day after survival tonic.
Okay. He is Japanese. He is a chef, and he is 55.
My little gray cells did not let me down.
Right. Day after survival tonic, half lemon juice, 15 fresh sparkling water, 6 mint leaves, and 5 ginger juice. Okay. Little mustache. A little mustache. Okay, I'm gonna go get you your drink. Come in. Soda water.
I'm missing half of the tonic ingredients.
Have the lemon juice.
I have all the ingredients for Monsieur Mori's tonic. I have to go and see Monsieur Fauché so he can prepare it for me.
All right, so we're gonna get it to the bartender real quick. Let's flip the page. That could have been more dramatic, but never
Monsieur
mind.
Fauché, may I disturb you for a moment?
Of course. How can I help?
Day after
Monsieur
survival
Fauché,
tonic.
I need your help to prepare a cocktail.
What is this phrase? This is music to my ears. What can I fix for you? A mojito? A gin and tonic? Or perhaps a martini? Shaken, not stirred?
It's not for me, but for Monsieur Mori.
His day after survival tonic. Unfortunately, I know it well.
Here is everything
that means he has a
was
problem.
listed on the magnet.
Excellent. I can take it from here. Mr. Poirot, I'm uncertain about the lemon juice. Is it half a lemon or a full lemon for the recipe?
Half.
Half a lemon.
I can't remember if Hotaru prefers it with ginger or without. Do you remember?
With ginger.
I can assure you that he will want the ginger.
There you are, sir. Hotaru will be himself again.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, it had ginger. Right, back to Hotaru. Hey man, here's your drink.
Here you go, Mr. Mori. I hope this will help you.
Thank you very much. Please give me a moment while this takes effect. It will be a while, I'm afraid. But I will not move from the kitchen.
Since I have to wait, do you know where I can find Mademoiselle Nielsen?
Most likely in the
She's
storage
in the
car.
staff quarters
Oh,
in
no,
the
luggage cart.
car. If the door is locked, John will have the key.
Thank
It's
you.
not locked.
I will return. I hope you have a speedy recovery.
Alright. Don't be locked now. Okay.
It's locked.
Oh, so that is locked. Okay, fine. Where's Jean? I gotta go get the key. I'm running back. Oh, there he is. Thank God.
Monsieur Mori told me that you are the one who has the key to open the luggage car door. I will need it.
Yes, that's right. Here it is. Please don't forget to give it back to me.
I will not forget, Monsieur Fauché.
I will try not to forget Mr. Fauché.
I have a favor to ask. Could you visit the passengers who are in their rooms and explain there has been an error with their allergy and diet form?
But, Monsieur Poirot, I made no errors.
Of course not. Call it a computer error.
Yes, it is possible, but even if I can see this is part of your investigation, I do not understand it.
I would ask that you observe which hand each passenger uses.
Ah, you wish to know if they use the right or left hand when they write?
That is my intention.
I will take on this mission for you.
Excellent.
Okay. Into the storage cart. All right.
That's it. It's open now.
Mademoiselle?
Hello, Mademoiselle Nielsen. May I ask you a few questions?
I don't have a minute. My career is ruined, and it's not my fault.
But how did this terrible thing come to pass?
My
too
supplies,
involved.
passenger luggage, our living space. There's so little room. I gave the cargo handlers in Istanbul strict instructions how to stack my crates containing the ingredients I need for my desserts, so as one box is used up, it can be discarded.
And these fools of cargo handlers did not follow your instructions?
Most likely
Ignored
thought, what the
completely.
fuck is this lady
I
talking
have
to
4
us?
crates that must be moved from there to here to correct the order they are stacked. But placing the wrong crate on top of a smaller crate will crush it, its contents, and my career.
Okay.
Calm yourself, mademoiselle. I understand. So, the problem is these 4 crates must be moved there, but carefully.
Yes. I have to move these
Okay.
4 boxes from this location to here.
but there is not much space to move the boxes, and I have to be careful never to put a bigger box on top of a smaller one, or the smaller crate will be destroyed.
The problem is clear.
All right, do I have more than 2
shall
spots
assist
to move things? Okay. Oh, put that there. It's here. 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 This here. This. This here. This here. This here. This here. Oh. Here. I got it. I got it. This here. This here. This here. This here. This here. This here. I hate these puzzles. I mean, they're not impossible, it's just annoying. There you go.
Et voilà.
You are a lifesaver.
Or at least a dessert saver.
I better get
Thank
an
you,
extra
thank you.
portion.
I will gladly answer your questions.
Last
Can
night?
you tell me your movements of last night?
Last night after dinner, I stayed in the kitchen until 12:15 a.m. Then I joined Jean and Hotaru in our quarters. Then all of us read quietly in our beds until we fell asleep.
A very studious staff. However, Monsieur Mori doesn't seem to have followed the same literary pursuit as the others. And these rum bottles, do they have something to do with his hangover?
Yes. Stay in the kitchen. I joined John Hathaway in our quarters. Then we read quietly.
I rather think that you didn't just read last night.
What makes you say that?
Mr. Mori's
I
headache.
spoke to Monsieur Mori. He seemed to be quite hungover. He even asked me to make him his day after tonic. He blurted out, "Freya always wins." Wins what? Looking around, it is clear you were gambling and drinking most of the night.
You don't understand. It's late when we're off duty, but we need to unwind. And
That's
now
fine.
there's been a murder? Yes, I admit it. We went overboard last night. But please don't tell Mr. Book. It's against regulations. We could all be fired.
Mademoiselle, I realize your difficult jobs have been made more difficult. But as you say, there has been a murder. I must have the truth.
Of course. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
It's not
honestly.
such a crime. I'll leave it there and check in with Monsieur Fauché.
Would you mind writing your address on this paper? I'm asking everyone on the train for addresses, in case I need to contact them once they leave the train in Paris.
I understand.
Right-handed.
Yes, that's it. Mademoiselle Niersen is right-handed.
Are you a
Do you
smoker?
smoke?
No, I never have.
Thank you.
Oh, it's easy.
Thank you for your answers, Miss Nielsen.
You're welcome.
All right, now we gotta go back and talk to the chef. Tiny
Come
mustache.
to Poirot, my exquisitely sculpted friend.
Yeah.
Empty rum bottles?
Yeah, if you're gonna hide it,
The
hide
deck of
it.
Cards. I suspect they were reading diamonds and spades instead of books.
Yeah, I didn't stop to look at that at all. All I saw was her. Yeah, this is kind of obvious. If Mr. Book came back here, you would automatically get caught. Can I give him back his key now?
Here
Turn
is
this-
your key. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
About the little favor I asked of you.
Yeah, did you get it done?
Ah, but of course. I was able to get new allergy forms from guests who were in their compartments. Monsieur McQueen, Monsieur Masterman, Count and Countess Andreni, they are all right-handed. I also asked Princess Dragomirov, but she had her assistant, Madame Schmidt, sign for her. She is right-handed as well.
You have exceeded my expectations. Well done. Thank you, Monsieur Fauchet. I'll come back to you if I have more questions.
Enjoy your life, Mr. Fauchet. Go back home, make chocolate. Oh, looks like he's better.
How are you?
It's better. Thank you.
Then may I ask you some questions? It will not take long.
It shouldn't.
Please, I have hungry passengers to feed.
God, I'm hungry right now. Last night?
Très bien. Can you tell me your movements last night?
Oh, nothing special. When I went off duty, I joined John and Freya in a compartment. I read for a short while, then went to bed early.
Reading? I'm not sure you have recovered enough to tell me the truth. Don't waste what little energy you have recovered to lie, Monsieur Mori.
Yes, sorry, Mr. Poirot. You're right. It obviously wasn't reading that made my head.
I don't know what he's thinking. He asked us for a hangover
but
cure.
If you told Monsieur Book, it could mean my job.
I will keep your secret, but I am investigating a murder.
And a
You
lie
must
could
tell
make
me
it harder
the
to
truth.
do.
Thank you.
Did you write your address?
Please, write your address on this paper.
My address? I don't see why.
I think I hear Monsieur Book approaching.
My address? Yes, of course.
He's right-handed.
Another right-handed person. Not surprising, most people are.
Are you a smoker?
You are a heavy smoker.
Did you
My
choke
job.
up?
It is very stressful.
Where are the
Do you happen
drugs?
to know who vapes on the train? A banana flavor?
Oh, yes. The smell disgusts me. What is wrong with the good tobacco?
I do not have time to answer that. Who is it?
I've only seen one person who vapes. It's Captain Arbuthnot.
Captain Arbuthnot, I see.
He's one of our main suspects right now.
Your testimony was invaluable to me. Thank you. Take care, Monsieur Mori. My palate depends on your good health.
Okay. Before we go to the captain. Back in dominant hands. He is right-handed.
Adequate.
He is right-handed.
Well done.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
So we know who has what dominant hands. Smokes. Does not smoke.
Adequate.
Smokes.
Brilliant.
Not smoke?
This is
Oh,
wrong.
okay,
But
he does
I'm
smoke.
never far from the truth.
Masterman does
smoker?
smoke.
Yes.
Smokes.
Nice.
A lot of people smoke on this train.
Et voilà.
Start talking to the passengers, but we can.
I'll
Right-handed.
observe her instead. I'll keep an eye on them instead.
All right. Dominant hands. Right-handed. All three of them are right-handed. Right-handed, right-handed.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Okay.
Mademoiselle, I am sorry to disturb you, but I need to ask you a few questions.
Are you the investigator?
Yes.
We are lucky you are on the train. What do you want to know?
The cadence of her voice is creepy.
I hear, mademoiselle, that you were the last person to see the murdered man alive.
I do not know. It may be so. I opened the door of his compartment by mistake. I was much ashamed. It was a most awkward mistake.
You actually saw him?
Yeah, he was reading a book.
And what did you do after that, mademoiselle?
I went into the American lady, Mrs. Hubbard. I asked her for some aspirin, and she gave it to me. I usually carry extra aspirin for the refugees, but I gave mine to a camp in Turkey. They needed it more than me.
German. Nurse. 72.
I must admit I'm not right this time.
46.
No, not good.
Housewife. Swedish?
I do not think that's the right answer.
There we go, I got it.
Et voila.
I almost gave in to temptation.
Did Mrs. Hubbard ask you whether the communicating door between her compartment and that of Monsieur Ratchet was bolted?
Yes.
Okay.
And was it?
Yes.
And after that, what did you do?
After that, I went back to my compartment, took the aspirin, and lay down. That was around 10:50 p.m.
Okay, your roommate?
Is there anyone else in your compartment?
Yeah, a young English lady. Very nice, very amiable.
After the train left Vinkovsky, did she leave the compartment?
No, I am sure she did not.
Why are you so sure, if you were asleep?
I sleep very lightly. I am used to waking at a sound. I am sure that if she had come down from the berth above, I should have awakened.
Did you yourself leave the compartment after that?
Not until this morning.
Okay.
Do you have a scarlet silk kimono, mademoiselle?
No, indeed. I have a good, comfortable dressing gown of Jaeger material.
Okay. Are you a smoker?
Do you smoke, mademoiselle?
No, I can't stand the smell of tobacco.
All right.
Perhaps you will be so amiable as to write me down your address.
With
It would be helpful. She is right-handed.
Mademoiselle Olsen is indeed right-handed.
Thank you for your help.
This was a very interesting conversation, mademoiselle. I thank you.
If you have any other questions, I'll be in my compartment. Good luck, Mr. Poirot.
Okay.
Mademoiselle Debenham, I have a few questions for you.
Of course.
Let's
Let's start with your movements last night.
There's little to tell. I went to bed and slept.
Did you know the man who was killed?
I saw him for the first time during lunch yesterday.
Did you notice anything about him?
Well, if I believed in auras, I might say he seemed dark.
Could you write your address?
Would you mind writing your address on this paper for me?
Not at all.
Another right-handed person?
That's it. Mademoiselle Debenham is right-handed.
Do you recall what time Mademoiselle Olsen went to get some aspirin from Madame Hubbard?
I remember glancing at the clock. She left our room just after 10:30 p.m.
I would never
Was she
remember
away
that.
for a long time?
About 5 minutes.
That confirms what Madame Hubbard told me.
Okay, are you a
Do
smoker?
you smoke by any chance?
No, I never have.
Scarlet
Do you
kimono?
own a scarlet nightgown?
No, it isn't mine.
Whose then?
I don't know. What do you mean?
You do not say, I have no such thing. You say, it isn't mine, meaning that you know who it belongs to. Am I correct?
Oh, I see. No. I woke up this morning about 5 a.m. with the feeling that the train had been standing still for a long time. I opened the door, and I saw someone in a scarlet kimono some way down the corridor. Her back was turned. It was impossible to see who it was.
Okay.
I understand.
Thank you for your conversation.
Thank you for your assistance, mademoiselle.
Contradiction. Slept through the night. Okay.
Strange, this story. If Mademoiselle Olsen is such a light sleeper, why didn't she tell me about Mademoiselle Debenham getting out of bed? She even made a point to tell me the opposite.
Because there's a lot of people.
Easy.
I'm glad I got that on the first try. So, talk to the lady with the weird speaking cadence.
Captain Arbuthnot, I know that you are the only person on this train to smoke e-cigarettes. We found a vial of e-liquid at the crime scene. Will you talk to me about this, or should I pass on what I've learned to the police?
All right. Come in if you must.
Okay. Hey, Arbuthnot.
I have just a few questions for you.
Very well. Let's hear them.
Meeting with Mrs. Debenham?
The young English lady, Mademoiselle Debenham, was at the Tocatlian Hotel. Perhaps you met her there?
We exchanged a few words. Fellow Brits abroad, that sort of thing.
All right. What's your relationship?
What can you tell me about Mademoiselle Debenham?
Nothing whatsoever. We barely spoke.
The director of the Orient Express, Monsieur Bouc, thinks the assassin is a woman.
And that is enough to accuse her? She had nothing to do with this murder.
How can you be so certain?
The idea is absurd. Ratchet was a perfect stranger to her. She'd never seen him before.
Ah, did she tell you so?
Well, yes, maybe she did. She may have commented once upon his somewhat unpleasant appearance. If a woman is concerned, as you seem to think, to my mind, without any evidence, I can assure you that Miss Debenham could not possibly be implicated.
So you say.
It's clear that the captain is defending Miss.
So he was hooking up with her, because that's whose earring we saw.
He doesn't know very well.
You were
What
moving
were
last
you
night?
doing last night around 1:15?
1:15? I believe I was still talking to that young American fellow, Mr. McQueen, the secretary of the man who was killed. We were in his compartment.
He was a friend or acquaintance of yours?
No, I never saw him before this journey. We'd hit it off at dinner, and the conversation continued into the early hours.
Until what
Wink,
time
wink.
was that?
Until 1:45 or so. Then I retired to my room and went to sleep.
All right. Anything unusual happen?
There is nothing you can recall last night that in any way struck you as suspicious?
It's nothing. A mere detail.
Allow me to be the judge.
Seriously.
Well, before returning to my room, I went to the lounge car to get a glass of water. When I was passing through the first-class corridor, I noticed that the door, which is just after your room, 201, was not quite closed, and the person who was inside peered out in a furtive sort of way. Then he closed the door quickly. I know there's nothing in that, but it
There's a
was
lot
the
in that.
furtive way it was done that caught my attention. Struck me as a bit odd.
I understand. Thank you for letting me know.
Can you write
Could
your
you
address?
write down your address here, please?
My address? If you insist.
Another right-handed person.
This man is right-handed.
Your vape liquid?
Is this e-cigarette liquid yours?
What flavor is it?
Banana.
Well, that is awkward. That's my flavor of choice. But I have no idea what it was doing there, whatever.
Can you explain how it ended up there?
I have no idea. I never entered the man's room, Poirot. That's the truth.
Okay.
Thank you, Captain.
You're welcome.
All right. Oh. All right. That one. Okay. Yep, and that's how that works. I have not been reading these. I can't accuse Arbuthnot. His alibi protects him despite the liquid found at the scene of the crime.
Captain Arbuthnot is the only passenger to smoke an e-cigarette. Even if this liquid in Ratchet's room is a solid clue, he has an alibi.
Yes, he does.
You cannot accuse him without any other proof.
My little gray cells did not let me down.
Mine did. Alright. Alright, we gotta talk to her one more time.
Pardon this intrusion, Mademoiselle Olsen, but something you told me earlier confuses me.
Oh, please, come in.
I hate the cadence of her speak. Voice actor, you did nothing wrong. It's just how they made you speak with her.
How can you be sure Mademoiselle Debenham was in bed all night?
As I told you, I am a very light sleeper. The slightest noise wakes me up. If Fraulein Debenham had gotten out of her bed, I would have heard her. I got up this morning around 8 a.m. She was sleeping soundly.
Alright, we know what the lie is. Right there.
She may be telling the truth, but I cannot be certain.
Wait.
Are you certain
That one?
you would
Okay.
have heard her?
Yes.
Now I know what happens if you get that wrong.
Asking?
This Debenham woke up at 5 a.m.
I spoke to Mademoiselle Debenham and she told me that she got up around 5 o'clock in the morning. She opened the door and looked down the corridor. It was then that she saw a woman in a red kimono. How do you explain that?
I think I must have been sleeping very soundly not to have heard it. Oh, but does that make me a suspect?
A little bit,
I am
yes.
not accusing anyone, mademoiselle. Do not worry. I am just trying to determine what happened last night. Thank you for your testimony.
Who haven't I talked to? The guy at 201. Alibis. The Queen was talking to Captain Arbuthnot. Confirmed by Miss Olsen. Michael went to see Miss Hubbard. And Nielsen was playing card with Mr. Morian Fletcher. Fuck.
That's the
Okay.
right answer.
Good thing I got all those things. Report the book. We have to talk to the guy in 201 and the married couple. Those are the last few people we have to interrogate. Alright, book, here's the next part of the investigation.
I hope you are progressing in your investigation.
Murder
There is
weapon?
no trace of the murder weapon on the train, as yet. The killer could have hidden it anywhere.
It must be somewhere.
Indeed,
Thrown it
as you
out in the
say,
snow?
It must be somewhere. According to Dr. Constantine's report, the stab wounds were made by at least one right-handed and one left-handed person, and with different strength. For the moment, everyone I have checked is right-handed. It is impossible to draw any conclusions as yet. However,
Yep.
I still have a few people to interrogate, notably the Russian princess.
You
Yes.
still have many avenues to explore?
Indeed,
Yeah, we do.
The case is far from over, mon ami.
Right, and the vape smoker.
I identified the person responsible for the bottle of liquid for the vape found at the crime scene.
So, this is our culprit? Do we hold him?
No, unfortunately, this bottle belongs to Captain Arbuthnot, but he has an alibi, confirmed by Monsieur McQueen for the time of the murder.
Monsieur Bouc, Monsieur Poirot.
Michel, calm down.
What happened, Michelle?
She says she found the murder weapon in her room. She's very upset.
Let's go, Poirot.
All right. We gotta get to her room. I'll see you guys down there. Hubbard is 204. Miss Hubbard?
I demand to be allowed to leave this train!
Madame, we are in the mountains, trapped in a snowdrift.
Stating the obvious, there is a murderer among us. He had the audacity to hide his weapon in my room.
Please, Madame Hubbard, take a deep breath and tell us what occurred.
Honestly, I would let her go. It'd be funny.
Where did you find the knife?
I wanted to get a handkerchief from my purse, and when I opened it, I saw it! A bloody knife! Am I next to be murdered?
I very much doubt the murderer would give you his weapon.
What do you mean?
Madame, he would have used it.
Oh, I have it!
Are you serious? Did you touch the knife?
Did you touch the knife?
Of course not. What a question.
I will take that as a no.
Yeah, Poirot's right, and why are you shocked? If he wanted to kill you, you would have been dead. Oh. And a glove?
Is this knife the real murder weapon, or is it a red herring?
It could be. Good knife. I gotta go get the doctor.
Mrs. Hubbard is distraught, Poirot. I should stay with her. Please go on without me.
I have every right to be distraught. Thank you, Mr. Bouc.
You don't have every right. Oh, wrong room. There we go. Found it.
Dr. Constantine, we may have found our murder weapon. We need to make certain.
There is a pretty quick way to be sure. I have estimated the depth of the wounds. You can easily find the depth of each wound by comparing the width. There are 5 of them that I am not sure about. Test them, and then we will compare our results.
Okay.
I will do as you say, Doctor.
Good to know. Width 12, depth 20 centimeters.
I must admit I'm not right this time.
All right, got that one. Small. Smaller.
This is wrong. No, not good.
Okay.
Et voilà.
There we go, I got him.
What do you think, Doctor? Is this knife really the murder weapon?
There can be no doubt. You found the same depths as the estimates I made during the preliminary autopsy. I can assure you that you hold in your hands the weapon that took Ratchet's life.
Okay, that's good to know.
Thank you.
Detective
I feel
Locke?
way better now.
The rest gave you time to sleep off most of the effects of the drug.
I'm still a bit groggy.
That's
So am
understandable.
I. I've been up for a
Are you
while.
able to continue your story now?
Yes. Yes, I think so. Where was I?
You were explaining how you returned to the Armstrong house to tell them their poor little child was dead.
Yes, that's it. I felt helpless. My part in the case was officially over, but I knew I couldn't let it go. Daisy deserved justice.
All right, I'm going to end the episode there so we don't step on any toes. So, in this episode, we gathered more evidence against everyone. We learned that the majority of the people on the train are right-handed, and if you smoke, Mr. Arbuthnot is the only vapor person who vapes. The murder weapon was found in Caroline Hubbard's room. There's a lot of contradictory things that we learned from most of the passengers, and the staff went like to gamble and drink when their shift was over. That's understandable. I don't remember if the staff and the doctor were involved in the murder. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen the movie or read the book. So we're just going to go off of what we know right now. Everyone's still a suspect. Anyone could be it. But right now, Archibald Arbuthnot and, what's his name? Hector McQueen are the two biggest suspects in my book. So if you end up liking this video, comment, like, and subscribe. It does help the channel. Check out the description. I'll have a link to the playlist for this series and other games I played on my channel. Tell me in the comment section any work break thing that you and your coworkers do that you don't want your boss to know about. The internet's full of anonymity, so you could probably get away with saying it online. But I'm going to get out of here. So, if you made this far in the video, Brian thanks you. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.